This year we kicked off turkey season in Nebraska, and this has become an annual tradition for us over the past 4 or 5 years. You know, at this point it has been a while since our deer season's close. We're all itching to get back in the woods. Nebraska is a great place to go. It's a target-rich environment, a lot of birds, but probably the best part is just a group of guys we take out there each year. It has a good turkey camp kind of feel to it. This year it was Josh and myself and Collins, along with our 3 new interns, Carson, Gavin, and Ethan. And we also had Chris B and his cameraman Mitch in camp with us. So it was a good time, a lot of good guys, you know, everyone splitting up trying to find birds. And despite what this video looks like, I'm sure it's in my opinion one of the toughest way to hunt turkeys, the way we go out there and do it. You know, we're trying to chase them with the bow and no blind. Oftentimes we're trying to hide 2 or 3 cameramen. And the biggest thing is just the size of the flocks that time of year. You know, we're finding flocks of turkeys that are 50, 60, 70, sometimes more birds, and that's a lot of eyes to get away with anything. And the amount of predators out there too makes it tougher because the turkeys stay away from the edges a lot more and stay outside of bow range. So it's a real challenge to try to get on these birds. Our best bets are right off the roost in the morning while they're still trying to find each other, or later in the day when they're heading back to roost or the birds are split up a little bit. You can definitely wait till later in the year and the birds definitely split up a lot more and more callable and all that, but you know, the way we hunt them, it's hard to call them. They're just not responsive when they're with that many other birds. So it makes for a challenge, but that's the fun part about going out there and doing it that early. There's no shortage of turkeys or vocalization, that's for sure. As you see, it was a great trip. We ended up taking some turkeys and like I said earlier, just had a really good time. So we hope you enjoy the video.
Gobble. Good morning, guys. It is March 24th, morning before opener. We just got into town last night about 2:30, met up with Jared, Carson, and Ethan, and Josh, and we're gonna get ready. Heading out to a new property that we've actually never hunted before. Carson or Ethan have permission from this one through family, I believe, and they give us the go-ahead, so we're driving about a half hour to it. I'm going to get there before daybreak, see if we can't find some birds on the roost, listen to them gobble, and just kind of see what their movement is throughout the morning. Heading there right now, so we should be there in about 20 minutes, wait for sunrise, and hopefully they're talking.
Try 15, 20 of them. It's opening morning in Nebraska. We are in the thick of it right now. You can probably hear, but there's a ton of turkeys within 50 yards of us. The anticipation is high. This is a property we've hunted before. And Josh and Collins came in here last night. We all split up, went to different properties, and decided this is the one to start at. It's unreal flock of turkeys out here. That's just one thing about this time of year in Nebraska, is you're going to deal with flocked up birds. But
the benefit of having hunted this property before. We know what they tend to like to do. Nothing's ever a guarantee. But Josh and Collins came in here and got all this set up. We're kind of tucked in right here. Josh and I both have our bow. We got Ethan across the ridge from us. It's going to be an exciting morning. They should be flying down anytime, so we're going to get quiet, get set up. Coming. Got a bird coming. Yep. Good shot. Yeah, good shot, buddy. Good shot.
All right, good way to kick things off here in Nebraska. First blood of the season. It was a fun hunt, an agonizing one. As you guys could tell, this bird, I think it was the same bird, he came through and I was just sitting down enough that he didn't crest the peak of this hill forever. He'd go back down, come back up, back down, and finally we were able to get him break close enough for a shot. He didn't go far. Josh snuck down to get him because where he died was right there in the middle of the gap that these birds are walking through, and just couldn't ever get any more toms to pull. There's obviously more back there. We didn't see as many as we thought we would based on the number of birds that were roosted in here. I don't know if they just pitched down, never came out or what, but we only saw a couple different toms. But nonetheless, a great way to kick things off on our first setup of the trip. We have a lot of tags to fill and a lot of guys out here hunting. So as you can see from the scouting and from this morning, we're hunting a lot of birds. So we'll bounce around different properties and hopefully everyone will get a shot, but definitely a great way to kick things off.
All right, so we just got down here to the ridge where the bird is at. Shot him across, he flew over. It's a heck of a morning. All the birds that we almost got on. Collins is still out actually, and it's bird number 2 for the trip. So go get him drug out of here, get back to the truck, get some lunch. Heck of a day. Day 2 has been a great one.
Plan almost worked. We had a time at 15 yards, had hens at 3 yards. Like I mentioned, it's hard to fool an entire flock of turkeys. Alright guys, little update. It is right around 7:30 now. We are waiting for these birds to come back. We're trying to intercept them between their feed field and the roost. We watched them earlier, about an hour ago, work off to the west. They're in this field. We can hear them yelping back there, so hopefully the next 30 minutes they'll work their way this way on their way to roost. But fingers crossed, otherwise they're probably roosting somewhere else tonight.
Yes.
Hold on. Is he gonna die?
He's gonna die.
Let's go. Let's go. Collins. Let's go, buddy. Alright guys, that right there is just how quickly your trip can change. We have been after these birds for the last 3 days. It's been so much fun, but it's been tough. We've probably put on 20 plus miles. I've never had it this hard out here. And tonight we decided to come to a spot where these birds have been roosting in these trees over here quite a bit, but we were trying to transition them back from the feed fields to the roost. And the birds that we were hunting actually didn't come tonight, but we were doing a few soft yelps and calling a little bit. And luckily, these 3 times, we might have seen them earlier, but they came around this corner all by themselves, as you guys saw, and just come right in. And I'm hoping me and Josh doubled. He got a shot at his. It looks like he stuck him good, but they're actually on that trail right now, so we might go check out this bird quick and then go help them. And dude, I'm so glad we did it.
All right, so we kept following this blood trail. Like I said, it looks like a dang deer trail. And I see an orange knock, and I also see some tail feathers with it. That changed so quickly. I take full responsibility. I rushed that shot. I shot high. Beautiful sunset. Last night in Nebraska, Colin's got a bird. Ethan and I, it's our second bird together. Let's go pick them up, and we're gonna go surprise the boys. I mean, we're, I don't know, 70 yards probably, so heck of a trip. What a blessing, and it's a great way to end it, that's for sure. Holy smokes. Those are pretty good for a Merriam's out here, my friend. Let's go. Dude.
We've been waiting for that one. This
5
is the first
years.
time.
Man, that was a special cap to Nebraska. I mean, it's tough hunting these birds outside of a blind with the bow, but just like that, it can change on a dime. And this is a trip, man, we've been making it for 5 years now, and it's pretty special. I mean, we got Carson and Ethan behind, the 2 new interns, and then Gavin, as I mentioned. It's gonna be a special spring. This is a special hunt. It's been a special trip. This makes birds number 4, and then with Chris is number 5. So
It's been a heck of a trip. That's for sure.
I guess now we're done. I don't know if we're gonna get any more tags. Technically, you can get 3, but that being said, I think that we'll probably just go get some dinner, celebrate, and then try to get home, because Colin's now be in Illinois starting next Monday, I believe. So it's a heck of a way to kick off the spring.
Can't wait for all the upcoming hunts we got.
Yeah. Beautiful sunset. Kyle's firing off in the background. We're gonna get out of here. Couldn't be happy for you, man.
Yeah. Congrats.